So, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Karaoke Andy here, and today is the 22nd of May 2026, and it's again my absolute pleasure and honor to be here with you, trading a live DUS session. Markets have already opened. I'm a little late. Well, not really late, but I needed to restart my PC. The streaming software OBS was frozen, so I had no other choice. Anyways, I'm here now. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Disclaimer: this is no financial advice. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. This stream is governed by the stipulations set out on the website of Trader Tom, tradertom.com/disclaimer. So we are in the holiday schedule for May 26. This week you saw a lot of me. Next week is almost back to normal. Monday, Tuesday, Tom regular, and Friday afternoon, Tom regular. I get my usual Wednesday, and I will additionally cover the EU and US session on Thursday and the EU session on Friday. All right. So, yeah, missed the espresso. So about that. But it is what it is. So, Dow closed at 50,285. So we are opening gap up about more than 300 points. Okay. And the Nasdaq closed 29,357. Opening gap up as well. Nasdaq strong push upwards. And the Dow indecisive. Indecisive open. So let's look at the larger structure. We printed 2 bull bars consecutively, and now we are trading above this old top here from the 10th of February 26. After that the Dow fell down, and in April started to recover, V-shaped recovery. Now we are trading above that. That means here on the weekly chart you can see that clear. We are printing all-time highs. So we are in all-time high territory. Now that chart was freezing. Okay. So we are basically opened above everything. Might be a good idea to be buyers of either index. Nasdaq just more or less double topped with whatever that was here. From the perspective of the Nasdaq, that is part of the overnight structure. So let's see how it goes. I will split screen this. Oh, I don't heard some. Okay, good. Both 5-minute chart. Nasdaq printed a bull bar, Dow a bear bar. Both gap up. The Dow trading above the structure, and well, of course, depends how far you define that, how far the overnight range goes, right? So basically, when you count that here, of course, we are inside the overnight range and Nasdaq rather on top of it. So let's see how the software considers this as overnight, so till Europe midday, overnight range. Switch it on here as well. Here we just double topped. So I would very much just buy the Nasdaq, buying the Nasdaq here in a 50% position. Was a buy on close a little bit later. So either we properly double top now, or there's a good chance of continuation since we're in all-time high territory. Let's confirm that quickly. We're not. Oops. Oopsie. Closing that again. Oh, my Telegram console here. Have to restart that. So, okay. Also, that was not a sell short order, that was a long order. I will amend that here. Sorry about that. So somehow my PC is playing some games here. The chart here is somewhat freezing, and the Telegram console is was lagging. I'm sure I pressed the right button. Sorry guys for the confusion. Let's check one more time. So in this big move up here in the in the Nasdaq on the daily chart. We just had here on the 15th, 18th and 19th, we had 3 consecutive bear bars. That didn't happen for a long time. The most that we got were 2 here in April. So this is the largest pullback here so far in a beautiful pronounced bull channel, clear uptrend. So that was my attempt to buy the Nasdaq early. It wouldn't have been such a bad idea. For some reason I was under the impression, maybe because I was looking at a different chart in my preparation, look also at other markets. For some reason I thought we were already here in all-time high territory. So that's why I thought, okay, buy on close. And guess what? It's still running. Anyway, but I don't want to get in for the wrong reasons. Certainly not on a hunch. So I could have also put stop loss to break even. I decided to take that 26 or so points. So let's see. Andy, you posted short. So shall I show you something, guys? Here, look. This here is the Telegram console that Tom uses, and I'll show again. And that was somehow freezing for some reason. I believe I clicked on the right button, but it didn't look right. So anyway, I corrected that. Was a long position. So that's your only comments, right? Good. So I will ignore the that was a buy order, Andy, not to sell short order. So FTSE is fast asleep, huh? What does the FTSE do? Don't want to look at the FTSE. No, I don't want to look at the FTSE right now. Oh yeah, oh, that was probably the Nasdaq reacted probably to this level here. Yo, proper profit taking activated, or whatever's happening there. Nasdaq double topping. However, Dow buyers could be stepping in. Could be. Remember, everything above here, all-time highs. Ah, there was a Trump post. Look at that. It's my little Trump indicator down here. Let's take a look. Stephen Colbert's firing from CBS was the beginning of the end for untalented, nasty, highly overpaid, not funny, and very poorly rated late night television host. Sorry, I probably I shouldn't do that. It's just so funny. So I didn't want to insult your president, ladies and gentlemen of the USA. That was not my intention. Just wanted to give a little Trump impression. So no offense. Hello, Sir Andy. Time to go hunting some profits. If you can manage to catch something, yeah, that would be nice. My I have to tell you, my last three US sessions with you guys, they were not so profitable. Sorry about that. I seem to do much better during the EU session, trading the DAX. Joshua W. From the USA says, all good, we make fun of him too. That's all right. You can make fun of Friedrich Merz, the German chancellor. But there's really, that guy is so square. There's nothing to make fun about. It's just a boring bureaucrat, right? It's just nothing there. Gives you the vibe of an old folder with lots of paper in there, right? So tremendous. Someone says, please don't get killed over Trump impression. No. I just got, ladies and gentlemen, I have the greatest of respect, and I say that sincerely, for the American people. You're a great nation, and there is absolutely, you're just sometimes, are misrepresented. And I personally, I also hope that that Trump would doing a couple of things that would be beneficial to us all, like for example, ending some wars, not starting them, and but anyways, let's leave politics out of this. But I've absolute great admiration for the American people. There's no doubt about it. So Trump made fun of the German chancellor. Yeah, well, I know he did. Well, German chancellor might not like that. I have to be careful that I don't get in trouble over that. This is live, right? This is on record. You have that wonderful constitution there, your First Amendment. We in Europe, Europe doesn't have. We are many countries over here with specific legislation. There's some European legislation, but there's also countries doing their own. So the I don't know why I'm even talking about that. I just want to say that you have a great institution over there, and it's worth holding that up. So, did Dow Jones went above max? No, didn't. Yes, here's still something on my chart. Angela Merkel, huh? Yeah, well, summer vibes, see? Yeah. But should maybe. I'm not living in Germany anymore. I'm for many years now I'm living in Prague in the Czech Republic. So Dow to bear bars, then one bull bar, made a new low, closed at its high, and now struggling with follow through. Instead, sellers coming in, pushing that body down. It's 1 minute to go. I'm not in a rush to do anything. Want to rather wait a little bit before we get clarity. It's also a Friday. Fridays can be very profitable days, but Fridays can also ruin your whole week. So, let's take some home today, Andy. Yeah, I already have I already have booked 26 half Nasdaq points, which is 13 full points. Out of my impression that I would, but we would already be above everything there. So, if this structure here is from the left is somewhat mirrored, like a little castle here, whatever, selling short here the Dow on a aggressive screw run, and then hoping we trade back down to this level. But just because my eyes are seeing symmetry here doesn't mean that that is a good idea. So I'm nothing done yet on my part. No open positions. Nasdaq printing an inside bar. So far on the 15-minute. There was my long position, huh? And here goes my castle structure. I'm seeing things that are not real, like the chat. You know, the chat here is not real. There is no chat. You see me taking questions, guess where they come from? They come from your direct messages to me. Here in Trader Tom live day trading in Telegram, comments are switched off. Reactions are switched off. On YouTube, on the stream, comments and the chat are switched off. So if you want to ask a question, you can write me a direct message here on Telegram. It's also the only way you can contact Tom when he's streaming. That's the policy here. So see what I mean? When I said castle structure, right? So I'm seeing this, and our eyes, they look for symmetry, and that can be very deceitful, because this year was a market that wasn't open. We're open now. Oh, there's another Trump. Another Trump post. I will now hold back, not giving another Trump impression. I gave up a lot of money in allowing the just announced anti-weaponizing fund to go forward. I could have settled my case, including release or tax returns, but okay. So nothing that should move the market. I don't believe you don't trade inverted fair value gaps. I will probably happily retire, brother, without ever trading a fair value gap for whatever that is. I'm truthful now. Greetings, Andy! A new update for the Trade from Chart software has been released. How can we download it? Is this my role to give tech support here, ladies and gentlemen? Let me see. So, how would I go for it? So, I can't believe I give tech support. You go to tradertom.com, you click on live trading, and you see here those resources, and then you see that trade from chart. So if you use Trade Nation, right, as a broker, then I have to say that for the US people, Trade Nation is a CFD broker. When you're on futures, they are banned in the US, so that's that. But for those of you who trade with Trade Nation CFDs, there is a free software that Tom has developed, and the developer, we call him Mr. H. He takes care of updates and new features, and for today was announced that there will be a new release. So anyway, in that case, click here. It's another Telegram group for Trade from Chart, okay? That's the answer, my friend. So, and you said it has been released. I don't believe it has been released. I believe it has been set. We will be posting the update later on. Stay tuned. So, don't spread false information here. So, an update is announced, and later might mean today. Yeah, but it's not there yet. But you can, of course, you can scroll up and download the previous version and install it. All right. So. And also, Mr. H and I will be flying to Macau, to the El Brooks event where Tom will be a speaker, will be a seminar as part of Tom's team. So, should you be there, you can meet us, just in case. So, we'll be in Macau. There you go. Be very much interested in buying the Dow on a school run and buying the Nasdaq on an ante. However, if I don't get filled on the anti-buy, I will not trade the Nasdaq. If this bar is still 2 minutes to go, if this bar stops being an inside bar, I will probably also leave that alone. But depending on the close of this one, I very much want to buy the Dow on a traditional school run. So, Nasdaq, I will probably stay on 50%. Reason being is I did not do well in the Nasdaq lately. I don't know if it's me. It's probably me. So Mr. H just confirmed update will be released after the US session. So stay tuned. Give me a 15-minute chart. Hey, Dow. Oh, please don't print an inside bar. Please push above. I want to rather be a buyer of the Dow. Problem is the stats show that inside bar usually means anti, and whenever I ignored that, for whatever good reason I might have had, I got burned. Ten seconds to go. Stand by. Ooh, okay. Wow. Okay. I haven't expected that. Taking a speculative long position, I can buy the Dow on a discount here. It's a smaller stop loss. So also buying the Nasdaq here on a 50%. Careful, 50% position. With a stop loss pretty much where Nasdaq closed. So that looks about right. So that was me trading the anti and the regular school run that hasn't even triggered yet in the Dow. Okay, 29,506. Stop loss seems to be at 29,357. Yeah, there goes my idea. I will want to give this, apologies, I usually never do that, but I just will give the will amend the stop loss in the Dow to 70.4 points, just a couple points more in case we have buyers stepping in below prior bar low. 55.62. It's just 7 more points. I'm amending that. I mean, there were sellers stepping in so quickly. Doesn't seem to work, huh? See what's going on. Oh. Not confident about that position, ladies and gentlemen. Stopped out. Stopped out of Dow. Guys, if you don't want to do this, I understand, but I believe I... Am I stubborn? Feel I still need to buy the Dow. Buying the Dow again on a 50% position. Oh, fuck. That is... Oops. So. I just had a little size mismanagement and then I was just cutting in half till I got roughly that. I wanted to have 0.3, not 3. So too much too social here. Okay, so we have two positions. Two long positions in either index. Maybe the Dow with a double top behind us. You could say selling short However, up there is all-time highs. We're in a gap up situation. We have an screw run anti-signal triggered. We also have a screw run anti-signal triggered in the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq already peaked. Yeah, arguably into, well, most certainly into resistance here. So, but I want to be long. It's my duty to buy this. A little bit 0.11. Can I do that? Yeah. So this is just for myself. I want to be like really half size long here. So don't worry about what I just did. So this here looks a little bit crazy because it adds those, but they are not the same. They're not the same size. You see, this is 0.11. This is 0.19. Together 0.3. That's the size that I wanted in the first place. So, but I ended up buying the Dow in 3, not in 0.3. It's a little bit big for live trading, at least for me. So I cut that in half until it was small enough. You know, if I would just ignore everything else, my instinct would be to be actually short the Dow. And maybe the one day where I trade the anti will not work. That would be just so me, you know. That would just be so me. This is almost engulfing the price action, the previous price action, right? Hi. Wow, when I see this being longed out, that just feels wrong. How much conviction can you have? Nasdaq, however, position is at entry. Was at entry. Now it's back in negative. That looks wrong. Closing my Dow here. Bloody hell, why can't I close? What's happening? Oh, Let me just close that Dow. That feels wrong. Closing Dow. So, okay. Closing Dow. Minus 21. On a half position. Wanted to be as close to the entry as possible. Nasdaq, I still closing the Nasdaq here as well. Closing the Nasdaq. That doesn't look like we're going up anytime soon. We might be later in the day, but right now it just doesn't look like that. So sorry about that. Don't want to those positions in here double. For some reason, maybe with that update it's better, but you see clearly doesn't really work yet. So when you do something like that, you have to. So why did I close? Why did I enter? Let's try this. Let's try this again. So you see here, Here is an old high, and Nasdaq clearly reacted to that. So can also say it's a lower low double top. Definitely seller stepping in, right? So pushing this bar down. That's the daily chart. So however, above that all-time high. However, we opened gap up. We have two consecutive bull bars behind us. And this bar here is an inside bar. That's the second 15-minute bar, which is this screw run signal bar. And usually inside bar means anti. Anti means when the traditional screw run would dictate a short position here, you should do the opposite, you should buy. So I bought there. But yeah, this happened, okay? It doesn't reverse. In fact, we made a new low, got a little bit back and forth here, but it never went really significantly above my entrance. And now again, sellers seem to be stepping in. So either we are establishing here a trading range, or we might even rotate further down here. So that means this double top here is in effect some profit taking going on, whatever. Why not? Near the all-time highs makes sense. Attracted further selling, and that's what's happening now. So this was a decision in my head that I have to weigh all of the factors, right? So I don't want to close a position that I just opened very fast, but you know, with breakout trades, I like them when they work out pretty much immediately, and if they don't, yeah, well, they might never. So Dow is still not really breaking lower, but also not reversing up. Nasdaq, I'm very happy to have closed that. Making a new low. Shall we sell short the Nasdaq and hope we get a gap fill? Let's do that. Stand by. Selling short the Nasdaq here. Hoping for a gap fill. Initial stop. I will amend that immediately. It doesn't need to be up here. I think if we put it below the screw run bar here, risking 75 points. That's a good measure. 29,501. So see. This is a 100% short position. think the low came in at 404. 375 would be the gap fill. So nothing unheard of. It's a reasonable trade. The 5-minute chart, I would stop loss rather have a little bit higher. I put it there where the screw run sell short would come in. Give it a little breathing room more. I will amend that to 29,517. So. And I would very much love to have a winning trade in the bloody US markets. For once. So Dow's still not breaking lower. Somewhat holding this level. Not going anywhere. Is it actually moving? Yeah, it is. Yeah, can be one of those Fridays. All those, even the big breakdown bars, they had some overlap, so that's still conceivable that we break lower. However, if we trade above the prior bar and close above and yada yada yada, okay, now slowly a tiny little bit of bias coming into the Dow. Can't believe it. Okay. So we are printing once more a barcode chart, yeah? So maybe some sellers coming into the Dow above prior bar high. Hopefully also in the Nasdaq. There was no 15-minute bar that was trading above prior bar. And maybe that changes now because I'm short. There you see that slowly the anti-position would in fact be back to entry. It was around here. Dow looks like it's coming down. So it's definitely support in this area, right? We tested that now so many times. Maybe it will break now in the Dow. But you see, always come down here. 525. If should I get stopped out, ladies and gentlemen, I will probably not take any further trades. It's just clearly not a environment that is particularly easy to trade. There. Now the anti-position would be ever so slightly in profit. I don't want to flip again long. That feels like I'm running after the market that is so far directionless. We can all but swing the bat and control the risk. And the past 3 US sessions were not very successful for me. So now stop me out already, get me out of my misery. Thank you. No open positions. So, if you don't mind, I would take a couple questions. Shall we cancel that dinner order? Yeah, please do. I have no way of paying for that today. So, Andy, you just short. It's a mighty and powerful 15-minute bullish fair value gap. Yeah, I did. I don't know what the fair value gap is though. I take your word for it. The thing is, I was already long. You know, I don't want to. I have no problems with flipping directions, but flipping short and then back long. At one point, I'm just feeling like I'm playing ping pong here. I think I sufficiently tried both directions. Yeah. So Serhi is short the Nasdaq since yesterday. He's stubborn. Not a bad position to be in. Yeah, well, trying to pick tops here, huh? That's the thing. If I trade on the 5-minute or 15-minute chart and somebody is there on the daily or weekly, that is not necessarily comparable. So, no worries, Andy. This is the time when trades come up. Yeah, but I will not take any more. I am done trading. I will not throw good money after a bad market. Andy, I will see you the next one who mentions a fair value gap. Imagine that with a Trump accent. Thank you. Poor of us with the US market, my friend. I'm really sorry. I'm really trying. I just in the US market just got the better of me for the past couple days. I'm doing so well in the EU. Yeah. Andy, where's the chat? The chat doesn't exist. The chat doesn't exist. So, here, Joshua wrote a lot. Okay. There's a gap up to yesterday. Maybe this needs to be closed. That was my hope. But you see, that doesn't seem to happen. If using the ABCD pattern makes it a difference if it starts in pre-market, does that matter? Yeah, that matters. Or not, depends. Definitely, I prefer to trade a market that is open. But you see here, with that very box, we also mind the overnight range. So that really depends Wow. Buyer stepping in. Look how that bloody Andi now would have worked, huh? Well, if my stop loss was down there. That also goes to show that I was not reading this correct or not weighing all the factors correctly. So I should not take any more trades. So far also looks like a, to my defense, looks rather like a bear channel so far. Lots of overlap. Here almost no body. There no body. This looks very choppy to me. It doesn't look like this will explode up anytime soon. Neither does that in the Nasdaq. You don't see what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. That's what I mean. Dow is very choppy. Nasdaq so far making lower highs and lower lows. So if there's a breakout out of this channel, might get back to the high, a retest, but I will not take any more positions. So Victor Biarel, would be fun to see you do the opposite of what you want to do in the US market on Monday. Monday you will see Tom, and Tuesday there's this schedule here. See, on Monday is Tom for the US, Tuesday as well. You will see me again on Wednesday. And the moment where I need to inverse myself to make money, I don't know, then I have failed as a trader. So Monsieur S says on the ES, it bounced right off the H1 MA20. Funny how that sometimes happens. Yeah. If you look at hourly charts and the 20 moving average, which I don't. Here's what that gentleman means. Let me switch that on. You have to see, guys, you will ever only see on a chart what you have trained your eyes to see, right? I don't use moving averages, so I don't see them. Yeah, exactly, Thiago. When you do the opposite happens, right? That's how it works. You can't just do, okay, I want to buy here, but let's just inverse that. I will sell short, okay? Nope, then the market will go up. Hello, Andy. Monday 25 is bank holiday for all. Is it? Is Monday the 25th of April a public holiday? And are the US markets closed? So my friend, Agostino, you said, hello Andy, Monday 25 is a bank holiday for all. Guess what? It's not. Yeah. The US markets, such as the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq, will be open for regular trading hours. Yeah. So. Frank got a proper spanking as well. Tough market. Have a great week and thank you for your time. You too, brother. Um, Guys, I feel like I failed you here in the previous US sessions. I I don't know if it's me. It's probably me. I will put a lot of scrutiny into analyzing my old trades as usual. And if I come to the conclusion that I traded here some nonsense, I will certainly try to work on that. Anyway, yeah, doesn't matter if you have guys. It doesn't matter if you have a bank holiday, right? If the markets are open, the markets are open, right? So you might decide for yourself on a bank holiday to take a day off, but if the markets are open, they are open, and I believe also the DAX is open. There's not so many days when the DAX is closed. I think Easter is closed. New Year and I think 2 days over Christmas. No? Andy, is it true that on good days even the bad traders do well and vice versa? Honest answer, please. Yeah, what can you do if it just goes in one direction? Let's say it only goes up. You can buy for whatever reason. No, I think the bad traders they will just try to stop that freight train. They will just try to pick a top. No, the US is not closed. It's Memorial Day. Oh. Did I say April? Bloody hell. I apologize. Seems to be Monday is Memorial Day. Und in fact, the US stock and bond markets will be closed. Uh-oh. Sorry. Monday, the US markets will be closed. DAX will be open. London will be closed. So only the DAX is open. Apologies. No, but I will still trade the DAX. So. Okay. US is closed and UK is closed. I get it. You're right. Now you're all sending me screenshots. Andy! Apologies. Let me Google this for you. Yeah. And then you put there. You still need to Google that correctly, right? So where is the chat, right? Where is the chat? Yeah. So, MQ Azar, hi Andy, why you get angry when someone asks you about your portfolio? We are learning from you, that's why you are here to live stream. Don't be angry. If you don't want to answer and get angry, then let Tom do the job. Oh, if you don't want to be here, my friend, there is the door. What can I say? If you don't like what you see, it's not like you're paying anything for that. It's not like I get paid anything for that. I'm doing Tom here a solid that he can spend some time for his family. So if you don't like that, then please go. I believe we all need to find a way to communicate here. Most of you guys seem to like what I'm doing. I get overwhelmingly positive messages, but some of you, well, what can I say? Seem to be a little bit, yeah, well, send different messages. And it's usually about the size of my account and things like that. So, and I will not comment on that anymore. And that's that, right? And yes, I'm a human being too. I have emotions, and if usually I'm very, very, very easy to hang around with, right? Very friendly. But yeah, if you say something rude to me or disrespectful, I might react to that like a normal human being. Not don't consider me a professional streamer or whatever, or a trained journalist. No, I have emotions, and I will talk them out, hopefully not act them out in the markets. I trained myself to not act out my emotions. I will certainly talk them out. So, anyway, most of you guys don't even know what that's concerning, right? Anyway, no worries. Hey Andy, you're doing a great job and I like your trading. Thank you very much. Bilal, thank you so much, Andy. I hope to meet you and Tom someday. Do you ever trade when London closes and use that structure to trade the remaining US session, as it is more calmer to trade, less fake out? Yes, I basically don't really take days off. If I'm holiday with my family, I might trade less, but I always trade when there's something to trade. This is what I do. So, appreciate the stream. Keep going. Thank you, Chupacabra. I correct myself with you. I even tell my wife about it. You know that this shirt, true story, I was with my wife in Spain. I believe it was in Andalusia. A couple of years ago when that was properly fitting me. Now it's a little bit tight around the waist, if you know what I mean. Yeah, back in the day, she found that it's quite nice on me. I put it on today and she was like, you shouldn't wear that anymore. So out of spite, I kept it on. Also, it's nice and warm weather in Prague, very sunny right now. So, how many years have you been trading? 6 years now. Is your wife Czech? Yes, she's Czech. Tell the haters to fuck off. You're doing a great job. I will not tell them to fuck off, but thank you anyway. So, Matic Petchovnik wanted to be a buyer below 2 with a tight stop loss under 1, 54 points away from entry at 50.56.7. Market went down, reversed, and is not trading back down. Didn't think US markets will be this lazy today. Yeah, well, it's one of those Fridays. Bomb brother, TH. Need to hit the gym later. CD, thank you for your super entertaining streams. Andy, have a great weekend. Have a great weekend too. We'll take a couple more questions and I think I will have taken also enough of your time. So, is your trading room next to your bedroom? Also, is there anything else that you do apart from trading, or is trading the only source of income? Why do you care about the layout of my house? Well, that is so interesting. What people ask is absolutely crazy. Because that door there is open. You can see there. Don't know what you see there. Nope, there is not a bedroom. There is a hallway. Consider this little room here my office. As to how the rest of this place looks, I leave it to your imagination. Okay, so that is my private home here, ladies and gentlemen. So, do I do anything else? Nope, I don't. Hello, Andy. You are the best, as Tom is in his channel. Don't bother with the noise from morons. Hear me out. I took profits and losses while we all learning together from you guys. And thank you for the job and doing towards us. Thank you again. You're very welcome. You left the door open and you have no idea what you have gotten yourself into. People will start sending you wedding proposals and naked pictures of them. Beata, if you only knew what people are sending me. Well. Hi Andy, yesterday I was watching this movie Mission Impossible and this actor Esai Morales remind me of you. I hope you don't get mad. I don't know who that actor is. Let me Google that. Esai Morales. Ah, that guy. Like a proper bad guy, huh? Do I have a resemblance of a cartel boss or whatever, you know, or a super villain? Okay, but you know, since I'm German, Germans usually are the bad guys, right, in the movies. So, yeah, well. Luz Miller, love you, Andy. You two are the best. So glad I finally figured out how to send a message. I've watched you on YouTube just past week. Love having you and Tom with me while I'm learning how to trade. I love trading. Thank you both. You're very welcome, and I believe I don't do Tom a disservice by thanking you in his name as well. Right. Mo, Andy, problem is the chart add-on does not work with CFD accounts, spread accounts only. This is about the trade from chart. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Andre is long. Nasdaq is trading higher. So that bloody anti would have worked after all. I just Dow, however, is not stagnating. I don't want to look at it anymore, honestly. So, hi Andy, what are the dates for the Macau event? I'm based out of Hong Kong and would love to meet up with you and Tom. Okay, so that is a Brooks event. I would have to consult my. So let me see. L. Brooks Trading Macau event. Yeah, I guess this is it. So let me Google that for you. brookstradingcourse.com/workshop/Brooks price action triflating workshop 2000. That is the longest URL I've ever seen. But yeah, you see, there will be Tom, there will be Rose. I will not performing. I will just attend. And Mr. H, the gentleman who brought to us the trade from chart software, will also be there. So, yeah, 28th of June to 1st of July. Where in May, Andy? FTSE's close on Monday. Yeah, FTSE's. Oh my God. I get it. I got it wrong. Okay. So, Andrea, good friend, for the Espresso, where you or Tom explain the base of strategy, you in morning mention old videos exist or are wrong. Thank you so much. Hey, yes, you can. I need an FAQ, seriously. Here is the Espresso. Those are the slides that I showed on my very first appearance here on Tom's live stream. Yeah. So if you don't want to watch, want to find that, I would also have to find that for you. You know, it's not like I would need to Google that for you. So you can also watch this video recording and just pause these slides here, courtesy to you. This is not the official Espresso documentation. Tom hasn't released any. This is my take on it. I also put a different spin on it, with the because of the change in the opening auction in the DAX. In the DAX, I use a different range, right? So yeah, just be mindful of that. And also, Tom, probably after 3 minutes, he deletes both orders. I trade what I call the Karaoke Espresso. So just be mindful of that, right? So, okay. Hi, Andy, please don't speak about yourself like this. You're a great trader. Oh, I appreciate that. I have a lot of confidence in my own abilities, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, you are a very distinct audience, right? You are Tom's audience, very well versed and educated in all trading matters. I'm very honored to be here. And that's also the reason why I think it is appropriate for me to be a little bit humble, yeah, and especially when I don't perform as we all would hope for. Just on a note, so you understand, you know, for now, seems like Wednesdays will be my day here. I will come every Wednesday in. For the time being. So that's my agreement with Tom. This is just doing him a solid jumping in on his holiday schedule. But Wednesdays will be my days. So that means the trading that I do for myself from on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursday, Fridays, you will not see what I do, right? So I have to warn you, I'm always emphasizing that. I write there that little disclaimer, I read that out loud at the beginning of the stream. Educational purposes only, and in my case, probably that's really how you should look at it. Don't use my entries as a signal service, because I might not trade live, or I most certainly might not trade live. You know, if I have a losing day here on camera, you will not catch the recovery trades, right? So I can't guarantee you that that if you just follow me on Wednesdays only, that will be a profitable endeavor, because mind you, you might not know that, but Wednesdays are historically my worst trading days, statistically, my worst trading days. So I used, before I came on here, I used to trade live on Twitter for my small following, couple hundred people there, sometimes in the stream. That's about it. This is much bigger, but I have some experience with trading live, and I chose Wednesday. Yeah, guess what? To push a little bit my comfort zone, because you get some scrutiny, you know, some social accountability. So trading on my worst day made sure that I show up prepared, that I showcase good trading, and that made sure that my Wednesdays got a little bit better. But overall, still not my best days, right? So that's just what I wanted to tell you. However, I seem to have done very well here so far in the EU session. So, all right. So, any bets? Where is it gonna burst? Nope, I'm not doing that. Andy, did you notice that Louis Wang is the only trader in Macau with hair still on? What about Rose? She also has hair. And but it's true, right? They all have. Is that you know, maybe once I lose my hair, I trade better. Is that what you're saying? Hey Andy, you need to swear in German. That will show you mean business. That's also the thing. If I swear in English or in Czech for that matter, speak a tiny little bit Czech. To me, that's not as offensive as if it would be in my native language, right? So, if I say Kacke and Scheiße and Arschloch, and to me that sounds very, very bad. Whereas if I said, damn it, oh, fuck, you know, to me that sounds cute. It doesn't have that ring to it, if you know what I mean. It's not my native language, but I don't want to insult anybody. Which beer is better, Czech or German? So, the Czechs learned beer brewing from the Germans, right? So, that's all you need to know. Do you trade the fair value gap, Andy? Yeah, this is, you know, there need to be some banned questions, you know, about fair value gap, whether there is a chat, about my account size, a red list. Your wife is Czech? Checkmate. Yes. Well, I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, at home, my wife is definitely the boss, right? It is what it is. So, without her having my back, I would have a hard time doing what I'm doing. Let me tell you that much. So. Tiago says he has no hair at all, keeps him from losing. There must be something to it, right? Should I shave my hair off? So, oh, it's a little bit longer. Bilal. Andy, how long did it take for you to get your trading strategy perfect? Can you please teach us how you and Tom have such good mental strengths? You guys put stops and even don't move it. How you guys do it? It's amazing to see these real traders. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Any recommendations from your side for trading strategies and even mental aspects of it as well? Thank you. Yeah, well, yeah, without taking too much time. So I'm only doing this for 6 years now myself. So I don't want to sound like somebody's doing that for many decades. But at the beginning of my journey, I was just thinking it's all about trading strategies, right? So I studied here. Al Brooks, right? Look at those volumes. I mean, right, and also looked into Larry Pesavento, ABCDs, Fibonacci measured moves, things like that. Gartley patterns. I just sometimes take out the Fib tool to measure retracement these days, but I have discarded a lot of strategies. In fact, at one point I have decided I know enough technical analysis. I don't need more technical analysis. You see me trading naked charts. So the reason is that it's really, to me, the mental aspects of trading. That makes all the difference. Of course, you need a strategy. Of course, you need an edge, right? I'm not saying you don't need technical analysis, fundamental analysis, situational analysis, you know, any one of those three or a combination. Everything is all right, but without working on the mental aspects of trading, yeah, you actually you're susceptible to your reptile brain. And the reptile brain, unfortunately, sits right at your neocortex. Yeah, you can write on your little post-it and put that on your monitor. I will not move stop loss. Only 3 losers, and I close the PC. And guess what you will do? You will move stop loss, and you will not stop trading after 3 losses if you don't work on that, right? And to me, I think I said that already once or twice. I was at that London symposium there that Tom put together. There was Dr. Steve Ward, a trading psychologist. He asked the audience, so how much do you think does the mental aspect of trading matter? And the audience was just asked for a ballpark, and they were putting that at 70%. So 70% the mental aspects of trading contribute to the success of profitable trading, right? So it's what the audience said. It's not what Steve Ward established. He asked the audience. So, and then he asked the audience, okay, if it's 70%, how much do you actually work on that? To me, that was eureka, right? So, because everybody else is talking about technical analysis and this and that and fair value gaps and, volume analysis and you need to have something like that in place. I don't say you don't, but at one point you should work on that. So read Best Loser Wins, read the works of Mark Douglas, look into Dr. Steve Ward. That helped me all tremendously, right? So, and as for trading strategies, if you like what Tom is doing, what he calls situational analysis, you get here. Tom has a resource channel, go there. tradertom.com/trading. There's another Telegram group called Resource Channel. Let me show you. I really need FAQs, ladies and gentlemen. So, here, tradertom.com, you click on live trading. Here are some resources, is a lot, right? So, but you can go to live trading, and here is the resource channel. You click on that, it's another Telegram group, and Tom posts there regularly entry techniques, documentation of the school run, first bar negative, first bar positive, and so on and so forth. And you see the live execution here. I think that is very good education. If you want to trade different strategies or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. But I believe you're not wrong here. So, so you studied via books. I'm reading Brian Shannon lately. Is there something that you will strongly recommend reading? Yeah, well, what I said. The works of Dr. Steve Ward, Mark Douglas, Tom Hougaard for trading psychology, and for price action, Al Brooks for pattern geometric trading and stuff like that. It doesn't hurt to look into Larry Pesavento. Yeah. Okay, these fair value gap guys. If a strategy always works, then why would anybody and even institutions take the opposite side of the trade if it worked so well? Sincerely, Benji. There you go. It's a market, right? If you want to buy, somebody needs to be willing to sell, and vice versa. And they all have excellent reasons, believe it or not. And we never know what's going to happen. That's the truth of the market. Do you see these messages when you're live, Andy? Yes, I do. Obviously, I'm reading them. Hi, Andy. When and why did you decide trading is the thing for you? Did you quit your career and had something in the side to start with? You said you were a consultant before. Yeah. So I had a proper. If you're interested in that, I don't want to bore you with my past. I had a proper career at a German corporation. I made it as far as vice president. And at one point I decided to become a freelance consultant. Yeah, That's why I put some money on the side that allowed me to start my trading career. Um, Around latest when there was the COVID lockdowns, the my there were not really my pipeline for new projects got really pretty empty, and I thought, even though I was already in my 40s, I might try a career change, because I would never have thought that something like that, that they would lock down a complete country or countries, and that's just something that you when you make your planning going forward, that you think of, right? So anything can happen, yeah. And then, obviously, since I have a family to take care of, I don't want to be susceptible to bullshit. So I have a well-attuned bullshit barometer. Believe me, I have seen it all. So many years in German corporations, you get a sense of what's bullshit and what's real very fast, or you will not survive there long. Yeah, that's why I found Tom, and then I was like, that guy trades live. That's the guy I follow. Yeah? That's a little bit my background. Yeah. Have you shaved your head once in your life? No. Never. I've shaved my beard. Hi, Mr. Andy. In what type of situations do you usually tend to add to winning trades? When you have been in drawdown at first, or when the trade has given you no stress? If the trade was in a drawdown for some time, my mind usually goes, you was lucky not to get stopped out, you don't push it. I never add to a losing trade, Harry. I never ever do that. That's the one rule I have. I don't try to average in or something like that. I don't do that. I believe also Tom doesn't do that. For adding, I usually add 100% on top of whatever size I use there. I usually add, I'm shooting a little bit from the hip. I like to see momentum. If I lucky enough to catch a trend where you have clear swings, then I try to add on a pullback, or sometimes arbitrarily. I am mindful of not being too aggressive when I'm behind. Then I would add for the wrong reason. So it's the mind, the reptile brain there wants equilibrium. Yeah, you want to make it back, but maybe today is not the day for that, right? So I stopped trading today because guess what? I don't seem to get a winning position on, and there might be other days where it will be hopefully easier. So I rather wait for that and then be aggressive when it's actually the right environment for that. You mean when it was in drawdown and come back to your entry point? That's a good point. So let's say you have you go long at 100, so it goes against you. You're 80, 70, and then it goes back up to your entry to 100. You can see that as a sign of strength, right? Especially if you have some confluence, right? If that was a breakout level, for example, a screw run signal or something like that, yeah. But however, brother, it can also be, that the market continues sideways. It's not just up and down. It also can go sideways. So, aka trading range, aka chop. So. Ankur said he has a hard time putting stop losses. Always have a lot of hope that trade will go in your direction. How to help that? Tried everything. Yeah. I didn't actually believe that people like that existed, but I have to ask you then, why do you trade? Why do you trade? Are you in the market to make money, or are you in the market to be right? Usually, when you don't want to put a stop loss, that means you don't want to be wrong, right? That's basically it. So they need to work on that mindset. You can maybe look at Mark Douglas. The 20 trades exercise is a good starting point. Try to override whatever pattern is in your head there. You can Google that, Mark Douglas 20 trades exercise. Try to look at that. I fucking love you, bro. I must work on the psychology. I hate losing. There you go. Yeah. Best loser wins, brother. Best loser wins. I also don't like it. Actually, I fucking hate losing. I just don't like it. But it's part of the game. You have to be able to take losses. Because otherwise you will micromanage that trade. And yeah, I try to showcase good trading here. Today I exited at a point where I thought, okay, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't go as I hoped. So I rather cut that loss early. Yeah, and then later it then still turns around. But at that point in time, it was probably, I don't know. I at least had good reasons to do so. Let's put it like that. Joe has a used car dealership and wants to get out of it. Major league bullshit every day at work. Love listening to you and Tom. Thank you very much. Good luck on with all the endeavors in your life that you're trying to undertake. Hi Andy, why anti in Nasdaq? Okay, I understood. It's because the second 15-minute bar is an inside bar. Exactly. Usually means anti. Jim from Ilim from Poland. Good afternoon, Andy. Thank you for all the work you're doing. You drop a lot of wisdom. It's always interesting and fun to listen to you. I want to ask you, did you ever had experience where you were having a red day and you stayed in the markets longer than usual in hopes of earning your money back and ended up losing more? How did you overcome that problem? Yeah. Guess what? I'm not sitting here in front of you telling you that I've always traded perfectly, right? Maybe today I also didn't trade perfectly. If I analyze that later, and I will put a lot of scrutiny, I may come to the conclusion that I traded there some bullshit. Might be. But I have learned my lesson to walk away. So, I have lost a lot of money and made things worse, right? So don't be like me at the beginning of my trading career. Don't make things worse, right? Walk away. When it doesn't work out for you, run. Remove yourself physically from the computer, resist the urge, and the mental brain, the reptile brain wants equilibrium. You want to make up for the loss so badly. You will put on excessive risk and just probably overtrade, revenge trade, and all that stuff that you don't want to get in. Now, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe you like yourself being more aggressive and whatever. But the actual market where you lost in that day, when nothing worked out, is maybe the wrong day to make it back. Yeah, think of it. Today it was I tried to be long both the Nasdaq and the Dow, and guess what? It didn't go straight up, but there will days when it will, and then it will be easy to make money. Yeah. Don't try to make back your money on a hard day. It can also be that it's just not your day, right? So there's some old pit traders, they say something like, when you're hot, you're hot. Yeah. Sometimes everything works just smoothly, you know, whatever you do, it works. Yeah, then why not be aggressive on those days? But when you have a day where nothing seems to work in your favor, maybe stop altogether. Yeah, don't make things worse, would be my recommendation. Yeah. Hi Andy, appreciate your effort. Ibrahim, thank you. Gambler from Canada says, people think you can just start this and make money. It took me 3 years. I started in 2000. That's closer to 26 years, no? Anyways, no, you can't just start and make money. I haven't never seen that. MC from Italy, Andy, can you give us a brief description about your mental preparation before trading? I go through old trades, through some negative examples. I try to, in my mind, try to remember the feelings that I had. And then I also, in my mind, I flip the switch and imagine myself taking the other side of the trade and imagine what I would feel then. So take just a couple of random old trades and go through them. Yeah? That's for example part of my routine, and the self check-in and whatever. And guess what? I have family. I'm also dead, and sometimes there's no time for that. Be realistic. So believe I answered that. Americans get like 5 days off. They need to be very particular about them. Yeah, if you're an employee in Europe, you get a lot of days off. So yeah, it's May, April, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it. So, okay, all right. Monday, US is closed. Somebody says UK is also closed. DAX is open. I get it. You were all right. I was wrong. Somebody sent me here a YouTube link. Andy, we taking school run long, pal. I don't take any more trades today. DAX nearly there. DAX is closing in 3 minutes. Yeah. I don't trade a market that is closed. You're welcome, Ilim. You meant Dow. All right. Yeah, if you want to go long, be my guest. I just will not do it. My core trading hours are, or per session, 90 minutes. I try not to exceed that. So that's just how I do it. Hi Andy, I've been trading for a living almost 1.5 years, but my results is like a yo-yo. Until recently, I've started to get consistent profitable results for the past 2 months after I followed strictly on my money management rule and risk only 2%. Compared to previously, I bet too big and wipe out my account without a stop loss. May I know how long does it take for you to become really successful? That's a very individual journey, right? So we are all different. We all have different backgrounds. We have different risk. We all have different risk personalities. It's like going to the gym, right? So it's a fight against yourself, right? That's what counts. Just move forward. That's the thing. I only started making money after losing a lot, just to dig myself out. Then I end up flat. Why do you think I do this? Well, I think you're too careless, and then you want mental equilibrium, so you get more aggressive to make it back, and then you stop once you made it back. You switch to your regular self. You have to work on that, on both actually. Thank you very much for your streams, Andi. I watch you and Tom every day while trades. Thank you. That is very kind of you. You're gonna screw the viewership on Tom's channel if you continue like this. Well, no. This is Tom's channel, right? I'm just helping out here. I'm trying to take a couple questions. Maybe I can. Maybe it's you want an answer, so that's. But I will soon stop streaming. Don't worry. Ignore the haters. And there are not so many haters. Somebody already says happy weekend. So maybe this is time to slowly wrap this up, right? Okay. Last question. Do you think being a break-even trader is a good part of a trader's evolution? Actually, this is Larry Pesavento who told me, because I asked him, I was frustrated. I said, I'm just break-even. And that guy said to me, Andi, if you are break-even, you're closer to success than you think. So if you at least don't lose money anymore. You're already somewhat profitable. Think of it, because you always pay the commission to the broker, right? So, so if you're not losing money anymore, then analyze. The answer is in your old trades, right? If it's an emotional issue, look at your triggers. Work on that stuff. It's just maybe just smaller adjustments necessary, and then that can make all the difference. So, all right. I believe I've taken enough time from you. Thank you very much for being here. It's a great honor. And I really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to be with you next week on Wednesday. Karaoke Andi out.